Roughneck Racing would like to thank our sponsor, Wagoner Welding. Wagoner Welding is a family-owned and operated business located in North Wilkesboro, North Carolina. They specialize in custom-built truck beds and framework of all types. You can reach them at 336-670-3427 or visit the shop located at 446 DeHart Church Road.
Star Spangled Banner.
Alrighty, good evening, everyone, and welcome to another night of Fleeger Farm TV on the pole. We are here with Roughneck Racing once again this fine Monday evening, as we're bringing you the James Wagoner Welding Gen 6 Series here tonight. And we're coming to you live from Auto Club Speedway. Track length is about 2 miles. We've got 77-degree track temperature. Altitude here tonight is a little over 1,100 feet. 78 degrees is your ambient temperature with 45% humidity, partly cloudy, with 2-mile-an-hour winds here tonight. So we still got about 5 minutes left of practice yet to go. See where our most exciting stuff is out here at Auto Club. Looking here at Rick Baldwin. And in number 19, already got sparks flying, and not sure what's up with my trading paints, as that should be updated. I'll have to close it down and re-up. Oh, son of a gun, that was the wrong thing to close. All right, well, now we'll just reopen it here, I guess. Hopefully it comes back live. There we go. Now that's good. Now we gotta get this other section live again. There we go. That should make it all better. Yeah, we definitely know that the paint schemes aren't right, as you see the number 30 there. Oh, I know what's going on here. I forgot I switched this earlier. Yes. I need to go into here and click this little box. There we go. Now we're all set and ready to roll as the paint schemes come back alive here. Not quite yet. They should be reloading, though. There we go. Now they're starting to blink out and come back in. There you see the 66. Coming alive. There's the 43. Coming alive. Tide Machine here tonight in Auto Club. Where did my stuff go? There we go. That's Kai Shappert in the 43. Trying to keep an eye on where the best action is right now on track. As we're here with about 2.5 minutes left in practice with the James Wagoner Welding crew. Chris Ramsey, James Wagoner there. You see that car come alive now at number 30 at James Wagoner. A minute and a half left of practice. We're coming down here. Looks like James is going to bring it into pit road this lap. Hopefully everybody can hear me okay here tonight. Looking like you can, so that's good. Mikey Davino out here in the number 8 machine. Up there against the outside wall as he works his way through turns 1 and 2. Alan Bergen down here in the number 89. Matthew Gall down here in the number 78. Pretty decent run so far this season for this 78 machine of Matthew Gall. Mag Real Estate out there on the hood of that machine, and that is also one of the series sponsors, along with the big one being James Wagoner Welding. And they come down the back stretch here in the corner number 3 and 4. Here you see the 43 as Shepard as he works out of the corner down there on the low side. The flag has waved here for the finish of practice. Now we'll get on to some qualifying here tonight for the James Wagoner Welding Gen 6 Series. Sorry about that. Phone call interruption. Not sure even know who that was. Oh, as we're trying to get some drivers on track here. There we go. We got Rick Baldwin out there on track. Stephen Shue on track. We're looking at Alan Bergen. James Wagoner making his way out onto the track as well. Got about 4 minutes to go here in qualifying. Everybody seems to be coming out on track. Melton putting down a great time on a outlap. James Wagoner, as we're watching here on his lap, is going to come across the line, and he's also going to set a pretty decent time for an outlap, which means he's got that car up to speed. Baldwin with a great time within turn number 1. And we'll see how well Baldwin setting quick time at the moment with a 39.988. So that is your time to beat. Stephen Shue sets with a 40.689. As the times are rolling in here, James Wagoner, green through sector 1, green through sector 2, so not quite the time that he needed, as he's sitting with a 40.355. Everybody's chasing that 39.988 set by Rick Baldwin in that number 19 machine here tonight. Rick Baldwin's trying to see if his second lap goes quicker, and it does not, as he's sitting with a. Oh no, it did go quicker with a 39.973. Chris Phillips with a 39.985, 39.998 for Stephen Shue. James Wagoner, see what he rolls out with. He's going to roll out with a 39. I thought he had a 39 something, but he did not. So as the times are rolling in, we still got Hawkins out there. We got Ramsey, Shepard, Mikey Davino finishing up, Scott. Jimmy Pyland, he rolls down with a 40.154. Mikey Davino struggling here. We got Shepard, Mountain, and Hawkins all still with a time trying to beat as Mikey Davino brings it on to pit road. And he's going to have to tow back to a pit stall in order to keep from getting a black flag thanks to iRacing's rules. So Mikey Davino, he's currently in 13th right now with a 40.746. But Jeff Scott comes in with a 39.899 to knock Baldwin off of the top pole position. Baldwin still certainly sitting on that front row with a 39.973, so he'll be outside front row. Looks like Hawkins, Milton, and Shepard all sitting back here, ready to roll. Just waiting for qualifying to end out, as they're going to elect not to take a qualifying time. Alrighty, so the grid is getting lined up. And we'll get the grid underway here. Jeff Scott there in the first position, leading him off tonight. Rick Baldwin to his outside in the outside front row in position number 2. In second row inside in third position is Chris Phillips in at number 6. Stephen Shue to the outside of row number 2 and fourth in at 00. Andrew Smith on the inside, row number 3, starting in 5th. Jason Kinney outside row number 3, starting 6th in at number 66. James Wagoner for Roughneck Racing, starting on the inside of row number 4 in 7th, with Jeffrey Ledford to his outside in position number 8. Jimmy Pyland Rowdy sitting there in row number 5 on the inside, with Matthew Gall on the outside of row number 5. Chris Ramsey in 11th. That's inside row number 6. Outside row number 6, that's Matt Warhol there in the 12th position. Mikey Davino in 13th, starting inside row number 7 with Alan Bergen there to his outside. Chris Melton there in 15th, Kai Shappert 16th, and Chris Hawkins will roll off here tonight in 17th. Now everybody takes the grid. There you see the 28. I believe it's the 28. Unless I'm wrong on that. As you see them all lined up, coming down the backstretch here at Auto Club, eager to take that green flag here tonight. Who's it going to be finishing it off? As you got that 38 of Jeff Scott sitting there out front in that pole position in that number 38 machine here tonight. I'm trying to see who that number 29 is. I want to say that's... is that... That's Matt Warhol. 79 on the scoreboard, but 28 down there on track in that Havelo machine. Everybody's fighting through corner number 1 and 2, almost going 3 wide for the lead as we see Jeff Scott really holding everybody off. Rick Baldwin there up on the outside trying to get a run, but here comes Stephen Shue as well up there on the outside of Andrew Smith. As ahead of Andrew Smith is the number 6 of Chris Phillips. And they are pushing almost 3 wide there through the corner as they work off down here into the front stretch, down through the restart zone across the stripe, and it's still going to be Jeff Scott out front, Rick Baldwin there in second with Jason Kinney sitting third in the middle of the racetrack as they're fighting 3 wide. And that splitter seems a little low on that 66 machine as he's throwing sparks off coming into the corner. Not sure if this is fixed or open setup, but I see sparks coming off of the cars as they come down the backstretch. All them little bumps, you can see the sparks flying. As in my opinion, they're a little low to the track. They'll wear that splitter out here as the race goes on. Now we're all back here in 8th as he battles it side by side coming down the stretch. Out of... Well, trying to see which turn they are in. As Jeff Scott still up front with Baldwin second, Kinney there third. Chris Phillips currently sitting fourth with Stephen Shue fifth. Andrew Smith here in 6th. Jeffrey Ledford 7th with Matt Warhol there 8th. James Wagoner there in 9th with Chris Ramsey rounding out your top 10 so far here this evening. All right, so they are fixed setups. For anybody that's watching, they are fixed setups. It's kind of what I thought, but I wasn't completely sure on that. As they come working down here through 1 and 2, back around to the backstretch. Everybody single file, all except for Kinney, maybe looking low. There's Baldwin way down low. And the 4 of Andrew Smith taking a move down there to the inside of Shue to see if he can get a run going on down there to the inside. Here comes the 6 of Chris Phillips as he works his way up through as well. As we're watching everything unfold here, Jeffrey Ledford there in the number 01. Scott still trying to hold everybody back. As we're running down here, I'm sorry, I forgot that I needed to put this up here as we're on lap 5 now out of the 100-lap race here tonight. Jeff's got 3 wide there behind him for that second position as everybody's still trying to battle it out. Stephen Shue goes high. Kinney down there to the middle as he's trying to chase down Scott. Kinney now to the inside. Not sure if he's going to get there. Working along, though, as Stephen Shue now up to third with Rick Baldwin to his inside. Still a hornet's nest kind of going on back here mid-pack as we've got Matt Worrell up here into 28, looking to the outside of the 6 machine. James Wagoner down there to the inside as they work off a corner number 1 and 2, back around to the backstretch. Everybody double file here for the most part mid-pack. Jason Kinney sitting here second with Jeff Scott out front, still trying to chase Scott down, and he does. Here on the bottom side, Scott's going to hold it up there on the higher line. Who's going to have the momentum coming out of the corner as Kinney is down there on the low side? Everybody side by side. Here comes Baldwin once again as he works his way back up towards the front. It's the 01 of Ledford out there above him. Stephen Shue right behind Scott as they come working down here back into corner number 1. 3 wide now for that front position. Scott in the middle, Shue on top with Kinney on the bottom. Scott still holds on to it, coming out of that middle, getting a great run off of corner number 2. And there's Luce, and we got the 66 Luce. What a save there by the group. The 66 keeps it straight. What a save that one was out of Jason Kinney and the drivers for being heads up around him. You give them a little bit of space, not checking up too hard to where they're getting rear end behind. That was a great move there by the racers here tonight as the 66 was all types of Luce coming down the backstretch. Coming back down here into corner number 1 now, it is Jeff Scott still out in front with Ledford there third. Shue second with Andrew Smith back here in fourth. Jason Kinney fifth. And now he's lost the spot now to Matt Worrell as Worrell, that top line's getting together. And we got one blinking out. That's the 29. And the 29 of Pyland is down and around down here on the backstretch and into the inside wall. Still going to keep it moving, so there may not be a caution. We'll have to wait and see if the caution flag waves for Jimmy Pyland. Does not look like it's going to as he stays out there and keeps that car moving. Everybody stays green. Down here back into corner number 1, and Stephen Shue has the lead with Jeff Scott down to the inside of him. The Ledford out there on the outside, almost pushing 3 wide once again as they come off at corner number 2. Andrew Smith back here in 4th. James Wagoner back here in 5th. Jason Kinney there in 5th. There you see the track of cars. Jimmy Pyland, though, way out of the groove and out of the draft as he's back here quite a ways after getting loose coming off of corner number 2. Still, and we got another one getting into the wall. That's the 01 of Jeffrey Ledford getting into the wall. A little touch there by Stephen Shue into Scott as they work down here through the front stretch down here into corner number 1. Everybody side by side here so far. Here on lap 10. Remember, distance here tonight is 100. And oh boy, what a close call there by James Wagoner and Jason Kinney. As I thought Wagoner was going to get into the back of Kinney there. As Kinney gets now around the number 4 of Andrew Smith, moving him up into 4th. Caution is out. We will see what this one is for. Looks like Matt Worrell. Car all torn up. Oh boy, that's we'll take a look at it here. There you see the 79 of Warhol /28 Haviland Texaco machine. Wagoner getting into the back end of the 4, giving him a nice little bump draft. Here comes the 79, giving the bumper to Wagoner. Wagoner ends up being pushed sideways up into the wall. Here comes the 28 back down the track, gets hit from behind from the 49 of Chris Melton. Chris Melton kind of sideways, drifting it down, straighten it out, and here goes the 79 back up across the racetrack. And he's going to end up colliding with that outside wall right back in front of Wagoner again. Wagoner is now underneath the 79. Let's see if we can go on board here with Wagoner. Oh, here we are. We're on board with Wagner. There's the bump into the four. And then he gets hit up here into the wall. Tries to keep it straight. Ends up in the wall. Has to back out of it. And all of a sudden, he's got a face full of the 79. Nowhere for him to go. We got our first caution here on lap number 12. So that'll help out Pylan. As Pylan, remember, had that incident where he ended up sideways. So that's going to help Pylan get back up here with the pack. But Pylan's currently sitting on pit road. Jeff Scott still our leader here tonight, as we're under our first caution flag tonight in the James Wagoner Welding Gen 6 series. Let's take a moment and thank our lovely sponsors here tonight.
Roughneck Racing would like to thank our sponsor, Wagoner Welding. Wagoner Welding is a family-owned and operated business located in North Wilkesboro, North Carolina. They specialize in custom-built truck beds and framework of all types. You can reach them at 336-670-3427 or visit the shop located at 446 DeHart Church Road.
We're back here, almost ready to take the green flag as the lights are out on that pace car. Fred's getting ready to pull it in next turn. We're coming through turns 1 and 2. Everybody's getting lined up here for the restart here on lap 13. They take the flag. It'll be lap 14 of 100. Now we said we're working down here through the corner number 3 and 4, getting ready for another restart. I think Alan Bergen is our race control here tonight. Or no, he's not. He's out here tonight, 8 laps down. So not sure what happened to Alan Bergen. Lights are out. Fred's off. We're getting ready to go. Green flag racing once again here at lap number 13. Down here in the corner number 1, here you go. Front to back, and it is Jeff Scott once again with the early lead as Kenny's chasing him down there in second. Baldwin now trying to work alongside Shepard, trying to get that second or third place away. And there goes Kenny to the inside of Scott as they work on the backstretch here tonight at Auto Club on lap number 14. There goes Kenny trying to get that run down there on the inside. He's going to look like he might have it. Here comes Baldwin, though, to give a shove to the 38. Help get a little bit of drafting help up there on that top side. And that's going to help Scott get around Kenny now to retake that lead as they come across the stripe down here into corner number 1. Baldwin now also gets around Kenny and bringing with them Stephen Shue and Kai Shepard in the middle of the racetrack as Shue is way up top. We may go 3 wide here and a little close coming off the corner, but everybody, great racing here tonight. As we're on lap 15, and there you see Baldwin drop down, Scott way up top. And here comes Shue, maybe to try to force an issue up there on that higher side. As it looks like we're going to go 3 wide, and Kenny going to squeeze it on in there. Right in front of Shue as they come down the front stretch here, trying to help get up to the front. Everybody working together up there on that high side, that inside lane. Still working, but it's skill level to try to get down there to the front as well. Side by side here off of corner number 2. You see Baldwin now gets in front of Shu as they work down the backstretch. You can kind of see how much them cars are bouncing around here tonight. A little bit hopscotching around. And I'm trying to see some things here. Oh, this track opened at Auto Club opened here in 1997. Trying to see what the banking is. There's 4 turns. Turn bankings are 14 degree. Front stretch is 11%. Wait a moment. Wait. That's 20. Okay, they haven't updated it completely yet. But it's 2 miles long, 4 turns, 14 degrees in the turns, 11 degree on the front stretch, 3 degree on the back stretch. That back stretch is almost flat as they come working down it here in the corner number 3. So they'll go from flat and up into a 14 degree bank as they work their way back around to that 11 degree front stretch. And you can kind of see how that front stretch and that is banked as they work around here. You can see that the front stretch is definitely more banked than the back stretch. As Stephen Shu is up top, here comes Wagoner almost 4 wide as we come out of 2 down here on the back stretch now. Everybody gets it back 2 by 2 with now Matthew Gall out front with Jeff Scott there second. Jason Kinney sitting third. Matt Gall really having a great season with that number 78 machine. Up 9 positions from where he started. He's trying to make this race happen for him here tonight. And Scott is loose. Kinney dodged it. Scott saves it. And they stay straight and in a line. And they're continuing the race. Nobody spun. Great job there by these drivers here tonight. As we've seen. And we do have a caution out. Not trying to figure out where that one is. There you see Chris Melton involved. They're 4 wide. There you okay, he gets turned by Shappert. See if we can get another visual on that. See if we can get, there we go. There's a better view, hopefully. There you see shoot. Oh, okay, was that have a neck code there as close as these guys are racing. We'll get it pulled up here and watch how close this is. Never touches, but still gets that bump just like he gets hit. As you see Ledford coming down. iRacing says they hit. They get put up into the outside wall. Ledford getting a nice bounce. Shu, nowhere to go. As 49 locks it down until he gets track straight and then drives off here. So that's our second caution of the evening here tonight. Now everybody's taking the chance coming to pit road here at about a quarter of the way. Oh no, scratch that. We got about a split in the field. As everybody 6 position forward. Looks like Kai Shappert stayed out. Matthew Gall stayed out. James Wagoner stayed out right now. Chris Phillips, Matt Worrell, Chad Hawkins all stayed out this time by. Trying to figure out who gets outside, who gets inside as they pick lanes coming to the line here. Looks like Matthew Gall is going to go to the outside. It's going to give James Wagoner the inside. If I'm looking at the way the cars are lining up at the moment. Lights are out, so they're going to get lined up. And indeed, Matthew Gall is going to go to the outside. Side by side here as we're reaching quarter way. When we get back, green flag. How about we try to heat it up some here tonight on Plager Farm TV on the pole? The cars are slowly working their way down the backstretch here as they are side by side. Fred's getting that car out front a little bit so he can make the dive onto the pit road. There goes Fred down there on the pit road, barning up in the flag booth. He's going to go and drop the green flag.
Green flag.
And we're green flag racing once again. And let's go ahead and heat it up. All right, as we're riding on board here with Jason Kinney, you can kind of see how much of a difference that is there on the banking as we're on the gyro cam. There you see we're on 11% here. We'll go to 14% here in the corner. Watch how that car just banks up. And if this gyro cam works the way I think it would, yeah, it is. There you see it banking up. Now as they come off the corner, look how much it straightens out. Look how flat that backstretch is compared to the rest of the racetrack. Then we come back here into corner number 3, and the car will pitch up once again onto that banking. As we were seeing there, Kenny definitely getting a little loose through some of the corners off. As we're working down here in the corner number 1, James Wagoner is our race leader at the moment. Jason Kinney there at second. with Jeff Scott here in third. Jason Kinney third now as Jeff Scott takes that. Here comes Ledford now on the outside. He's going to give Kinney a run for his money up there on the outside. Kinney, though, getting a great run down here into the corner. Looking to the low side of Scott as they work off of 4. Back down around here. Thank you for that follow. And we're down here in the corner number 1 again. James Wagoner out front, leading this race here tonight for the Gen 6 Series, brought to you by James Wagoner Welding. Roughneck Racing is the racing league that this is being put on by. And oh no, we got trouble. Scott is around. There goes Ledford around. And whoa, what a dodge there by Baldwin. I don't know how Matthew Gall got through that. We'll go back and look at this. On board with, right now, on board with Matt Gall. We'll see it all unfold there in front of him. You'll see him we'll see everybody get loose. And all of a sudden, watch this. Streaking across in front of him is Rick Baldwin. So I guess there was a little bit more room there than what I thought initially. As you'll watch Rick Baldwin come from the top of the racetrack, come sliding down. Good heads up eyes there by Gall to really make sure that he can get around him. I would say Jeff Scott was initially involved. You'll see him up here fighting real hard. He'll get into Ledford. Then off, believe it was Shoe down there in the bottom. Lights are out on the pace car once again here for caution number 3. Whoa, there's a lot of stuff happening there as it looks like the 13 kind of Chris Ramsey kind of blinked out a moment out there up front. Matthew Gall sitting here second. Looks like Chris Ramsey came in this last. Looks like they came in at pit lap for 21. Everybody from 6 on back came in under this caution for a pit stop. Mikey Davino, not sure. There he is. Let's say for some reason when I clicked on him, I couldn't get him to come up. Oh, that's because I clicked on the wrong name somehow. Here they come out of corner number 2.
Green.
Green flag is out once again, heading down here into corner number 1. Wet Ramsey out front in that 13 machine. Andrew Smith fighting hard there on the inside. Matthew Gall, we know he's got a quick race car and a touch coming through turns 1 and 2. Giving some room. Now they work off the corner, going 4 wide, coming down the backstretch. There you see it, couple rows back. You've got the 79 of Warhol out there on the outside. Wagner in the top lane middle. Bottom lane middle was Baldwin as they still fight 4 wide back here through the pack, with Baldwin down there on the lower inner line. 3 wide for second now as Kitty Hawkins out on the outside. Hawkins up into the outside wall. Here they come, almost 5 wide now off the corner. And Hawkins ends up in the outside wall, and we got the 79 going around of Matt Warhol. There you see the 89 coming down, getting into Matt Warhol. They go up into the outside wall. Look like Hawkins just kind of got a little loose, come down the racetrack, and that's how he ended up catching the 28 there. Around he goes. Oh, here, lap 36. It is our 4th caution. Let's take a short commercial break, and we'll be back here with more racing action.
Roughneck Racing would like to thank our sponsor, Wagoner Welding. Wagoner Welding is a family-owned and operated business located in North Wilkesboro, North Carolina. They specialize in custom-built truck beds and framework of all types. You can reach them at 336-670-3427 or visit the shop located at 446 DeHart Church Road.
Lights are still on here at Auto Club as they come around the speedway here tonight. Andrew Smith out front with Matthew Gall sitting second. Matthew Gall, we know, kind of liked that outside lane on that that last restart, or restart a couple restarts ago, I guess now. Everybody's getting lined up, getting ready to rock and roll once again here from Auto Club. Out front, out on the outside, Andrew Smith, the control car, decided to take that high line. Now Matthew Gall back down here on the inside as we're working down here in the corner number 3. So right now, your top 5 are Andrew Smith, Matthew Gall, Chris Ramsey, Jason Kinney, and Rick Baldwin, if I got them all correct. Kai Shepard sitting there 6th.
Green flag.
Green flags in the air. James Wagoner Welding Gen 6 Series here on the pole. Flinger Farm TV. Down here in the corner number 1, they come with, looks like Andrew Smith leading the way. Got a great start on the outside, but Matthew Gall is working down there on the inside. Here comes Kenny right behind him. There in the middle of the racetrack is the 13 of Chris Ramsey. Kenny shooting all the way up towards the top of the racetrack as Gall's getting up there. There's Baldwin now switching lanes to get around Pyland, it looks like, as they work down here in the corner number 3. Back around towards the front stretch, and it is still Smith up there on the outside trying to chase him down. Baldwin down there on the inside, almost, well, we are 3 wide, almost went 4 wide, coming off of turn number 4. Smith not sure which lane to block. Here comes Kenny now as he's trying to stay in the draft, and we're 3 wide for 3rd now going here into corner number 1. We got Gall there in the middle, Baldwin down there on the bottom, and the 13 of Ramsey as well, all in that mix, along with Pyland now, as Pyland's working down here towards the backstretch, and he's now on the outside trying to chase his way into the top 5. Right now, Andrew Smith, our leader, almost 4 wide, and we are 4 wide, getting tagged around. That looked to be Chris Ramsey a little bit, I believe, and he got shuffled back now to about 8th. Kai Shepard up here now to 3rd. Currently our biggest mover of the race in that number 43 machine. The number 4 of Andrew Smith, still our leader. Matt Gall has fallen back to 4th. Rick Baldwin currently sitting 5th with James Wagoner now 6th as they rush down the backstretch here into corner number 3. Pilot currently sitting there in 8th. I'm sorry, Pyland's sitting there in 7th with Ledford there in 8th. Smith and Kenny getting into it. Shepard then takes Shepard takes the bottom, takes the lead away from Kenny and Smith as they were door banging coming through the corner. Shepard's like, well, I'll take a hold of that. Comes around the corner and takes a hold of the lead. And here in the corner number 1, it's still the 42 out front. Or I'm sorry, we're on lap 42. It's still the 43 out front. And with Kai Shepard here as everybody's racing down the backstretch. There you see Smith trying to get to the inside of Kenny as we got Ledford going to the inside of Pyland now coming down here into the corner number 3. Good tight racing here tonight at Auto Club. There you see Baldwin there up on the high side right behind Kenny. Kenny's still battling it out though beside Smith. And that's one thing that I'm sure our leader really enjoys seeing. That way he can pull away a little bit. As you see, he has pulled away. He's that little blue and orange dot up there in front, leading the race right now. As we're working off the corner here, you see Matt Gall up there against that outside wall. We were on board with Pyland as we worked off a 2 down here in the corner number 3. Ledford up there on top. Here comes Pyland, though, getting a good run down into the corner. trying to see who that other machine is. That's the 01 up there of Ledford. Trying to get to the outside of Gall. Down here across the stripe, down into corner number 1 once again. Side by side they come. Gall in the middle of the racetrack. Ledford up there up top. 3 wide back here with Pilot in the middle. That's the 6 of Chris Phillips down there on the bottom side now. There you see Ledford dropping down in front, trying to block them 2 lanes. Not sure that or trying to break the draft of the 13 as he's trying to get up there to Gall now in that number 78. Trying to find a way to get up there and battle his way in the lead. As you see the 13 there of Ramsey now battling beside Ledford. I'm sorry, battling beside Wagner. Ledford is there. They're all in a tight bunch right now. Back here at the back. Now Shepard has kind of pulled away with about a 3-second gap over second place. If I'm looking at it correctly. Or no, 2-second gap, sorry. 2-second gap over second place. Matthew Gall and everybody back here still battling. Here goes Ledford looking to the inside of Gall. Thinks better of it coming down here into corner number 1. Does he try to dive that corner? No, he does not, but Gall certainly does. Gall brings it down there across that white there. Next to that white line down here in the corner number 3. And there you see Ledford getting that run on the inside. You see the 13 of Ramsey up top. They're still battling it out as they come flying down here into corner number 3 here on lap 46. Almost 4 wide as they come off the corner and they touch and more touch. And they got Ramsey down through, or I'm sorry, not Ramsey down through the grass. That is the 6 of Phillips down through the grass. Keeps it together, lost some momentum, but keeps it together on track, hit nothing else, so we stay green. Shepard still up front here at lap 47. Baldwin here in third now with Kenny there second. Gall trying to fight his way back up there into the front, well as many of these other drivers. You see towards the back of the pack, they start to try to what are you saying I need a Red Bull or a Monster for? You want me to fall asleep? I'm not joking with that either. Down here in the corner, number 1, 3 wide with Baldwin up top, Matt Gall right behind him. In the center, that is Smith. There we go. As Shu now works his way back up here into the top 5. It looks like we're trying to work his way down up into the top 5 as he's got Pilot and Rowdy up there. And we got a freight train up top, really pushed together well up here at the top. As the 4 of Smith back here sitting 4th, now trying to get up to 3rd. The outside lane together. And we got one in trouble possibly. Not yet. I thought we had the 13 in trouble back here. But looks like everybody held on and done all right. Now, coming down the backstretch. It is Baldwin there for second. We're thinking we're watching the race for the lead right here, but we're not. This is the race for second. As Shepard is way out here, about 3 and almost 3.5 seconds out ahead of Baldwin. And we see the battle taking place here for second, third, fourth, fifth, and so on. Everybody's battling it out. Here comes now Wagner trying to get his way up there back into the top 5 here tonight. As we're on lap 50, we complete this lap and we will be halfway here tonight. Now as Wagner down there on the inside of Gall, trying to keep Gall behind him as he's got the 13 of Ramsey there in front of him. He needs to find a way to get around Ramsey. Looks to the inside here in corner number 3. 3 wide as Ledford's up there on top. The 13 comes up the racetrack. That's Ramsey. Wagoner still down there on the low side trying to get something to roll with him. And he's down there all by him lonesome. He's not going to quite get a draft down there without any help. Now we're on board with Wagoner coming down through corner 1 and 2. There we go. We got Ledford up there, up top. Kai Shappert there first. Or, I'm sorry, not first, but like Ledford there in second. Oh, no, we get touching. We got a contact going on as Kinney now gets down to the inside after getting loose. Ledford getting loose. Now Ledford back to third. As like I said, this is the battle for second. Now Kinney's getting bumped around here for second. As Shappert still maintains a lead now as he's just pulling away with all this racing going on behind him. And this is what Shappert wants to see. He wants to see them battle it out, racing hard, using up their equipment back here, trying to catch up with them. Looks like Matt Gall's coming into the pits for a green flag pit stop possibly. Unless he was broke somehow. I'm not seeing any remnants of that. And we're working down the backstretch once again. There you see Kinney really trying to get up there to Ledford. Ledford really holding on to that second spot. As Shappert still out front now with a 4-second lead. Here comes Kinney down to the inside. Trying to get, as I see, we are cheering on the 84 of Chad Hawkins. Along with the 13. The 13 might stand a little bit better shot at the moment than the 84 of Hawkins. Not sure if Hawkins just why he ended up lap down, but he is a lap down to most of the leaders here. The 13 of Chris Ramsey up here battling hard throughout the pack as he's up there on the outside, right behind the 4 of Smith. He's got the 49 of Chris Melton working to his inside. There comes Wagoner falling back now through the pack as he's back here to 10th. Up here toward the front, though, that is still Stephen Shue, Jeffrey Ledford. A big battle going on here for that second and third place right now. And like I said before, Shappert just slowly pulling away from the pack right now. He can almost try to save some things out there in front in that number 43. He's our biggest mover right now. As Kinney now goes to the inside of Ledford, trying to get around the corner. Now up here, trying to battle for third. He gets up there in with Shue. 56 laps to go. Everybody battling it hard right now. Side-by-side racing, almost 3 wide as they work, almost 4 wide. What a group there coming off the corner as Baldwin's right there behind it all, out there on the inside, trying to keep it all straight. There you see Phillips in that number 6 machine, currently 5th. Ledford sitting here in 3rd, trying to get around Kinney for that 3rd position. And Kinney don't really want to give it up, but he's going to here coming off the corner as he gets really making some maneuvers coming off of corner number 4 across the stripe. It is still Kai Shappert out there in front with Stephen Shue there 2nd, Jeffrey Ledford there 3rd. Andrew Smith now moves up here to 4th. And we still got one heck of a battle going on here in this pack as Kai Shappert is just kind of sailing away into the sunset at the moment. Down here in the corner number 3 with Shappert still leading, Stephen Shue here in 2nd, Ledford 3rd, Phillips here 4th. Jason Kinney 5th, Andrew Smith 6th with James Wagoner 7th. Jimmy Palin sitting 8th with Chris Melton 9th, and Jeff Scott currently sitting 10th. And they're all just bunched up within a fraction of a second here between them all. as Wagoner now down there got some help from Mountain as they're trying to work their way up on that bottom side, on that bottom groove. But here comes Scott now looking to the inside of Rowdy as they work off of 2 onto the backstretch. Wagner down there on the inside as well. Looks like Kinney gets loose. Kinney does lose it, and so does Scott. Scott's now coming around, and he takes a header into that inside wall. What a tough night there for Scott. Ended up on pole, having a great car. There you see the 13 or the 6 up here at the top. The 66 of Kinney. There's Jeff Scott. He's not sure if he should be checking up or not, as the 6 just ends up, and it's just domino effect here. He tries to check up, and the car behind him doesn't quite get slowed down in time. There you see Baldwin as well, trying to make some maneuvers, as well as Gall. And the 38 just kind of on long for the ride as he's heading into that bottom inside wall. Knows he's going to hit. The tough, hard hit there for the 38 of Jeff Scott. Now let's show some love here to Mag Real Estate. As sponsored here on the number 78 machine of Matt Gall. Now we should see pit stops coming into play here with about 40 laps to go. Well, it'll be about 41 laps to go when they cross the stripe. Everybody comes in. Matthew Gall stays out to try to get back on the lead lap. So does Chad Hawkins. Jeff Scott, tough break for him as he's sitting here broke on pit lane. Hard hit there for that number 38. Small pit stop mistake there by Pilot as he overshot the pit spot a tad. Doesn't seem to hurt him too bad as he's down and away, battling there beside Wagner as they battle it out onto the racetrack. Everybody single filing it out here on lap 60 under our 5th caution flag here tonight in the James Wagner Welding Gen 6 Series, brought to you by the Roughneck Racing League. Become elite. Everybody working down the backstretch here. Kai Shappert here out front, still having a great run so far tonight. Jimmy Piland here second. Let's see, with us being under caution, see if we can get a hold of anybody here. Hey, Doogie, how's it going tonight?
Going pretty good.
Well, do you have anything for these drivers in front of you, or are you just kind of sitting back, letting things happen? Hopefully you can be there at the end.
Yeah, I'm just cruising right now. Just want to be there at the end.
Still lots of racing left to go, right?
Oh, yeah. I feel like I got a good car tonight, though. So,
well, are you worried about? Do you think these other drivers and you should be worried about Shappert? Shappert's got a pretty fast car out there right now.
yeah, I think he was on fresh tires. That go around, I wasn't on tires. I was still on old tires, so I still got another set left. But, yeah, he's pretty quick tonight. So, I mean, I'm just looking for a top 3 anyway, or at least a top 5.
Well, good luck to you. Maybe we'll be talking to you at the end of the race. Good luck. You're about to go green.
Yep, appreciate it.
Well, that was Doogie there in the number 30 machine. Currently sitting there in third after that round of pit stops. Matt Gall back here at the back. I'm not sure what's going on with Gall. He seems to be... Oh, he's trying to catch up to the back of the pack here. There you see the 49 of Chris Melton as well. Chris Hawkins, or Chad Hawkins, I mean. Matt Warhol back here at the back. Still lap down. He's 4 laps down. Jeff Scott is 2 laps down. Scott lost them laps from pit lane repairs.
Green flag.
Sorry, I didn't quite see that there, Tim. Looks like he's falling back to fourth right at the moment down there on the inside. Now he's looking to be trying to move his way up there toward the front. As Andrew Smith up there on the outside. In that four machine's got Rowdy right there in front of him. Kai Shappert real quick tonight. In that number 43. He could be a contender coming to the end of this one. As Andrew Smith here in third. Scott Wagoner down there on the inside. Great restart here. As everybody's doing what they can as they come across the stripe, making a lap 63 here to go. 63 here tonight. Well, we'll see there, Tim. Hopefully he will. It'd be great to see that James Wagoner machine on the podium once again. Currently sitting fourth down there on the inside. As we've got the James Wagoner machine of Stephen Shue coming up there behind him. As well as the 01 of Jeffrey Ledford. Three different James Wagoner Welding sponsored machines as they come down here through the corner. Doogie trying to do his best to get up there into that third position once again. As Palin's sitting pretty up there on the outside right behind Kai Shappert. Somebody might be trying to take some hints from Shappert now as they come down here into corner number one. Side by side, here they come down here through the corner. Front to back. And looks like Palin's going to fall back here to third as Smith brings it around and makes the pass for second. Wagoner still sitting here at fourth, trying just to stay in position now as he looks to the low side of the 29 of Rowdy. Down here through turn number 4, back around to the stripe. Just, it doesn't seem like nobody wants to help Wagoner down here on the inside. One of the guys I'm sure would have tried to help him is this man here, Jeff Scott. But Jeff Scott's a few laps down back here towards the back. Down the backstretch here, you see Andrew Smith out front. Now, as he made the pass there on Shappert. Rowdy there in third, trying to make the pass on Shappert as well, with Wagner right there behind them all. Wagner looks to the inside of Rowdy, coming down here into corner number 3. Lap 66 on the board. Going to be lap 67 on the board when they come across the line for 66 complete here tonight. Out of the 100 laps. Wagner moves himself up there in the fourth, still trying to chase down Rowdy there in that third position. Them top and front 3 drivers doing a great job out here. The 4 of Smith, they're in first. Kai Shappert second. Jimmy Pilot Rowdy there third. As James Wagoner now come down here in the fourth. But looking there on the inside, getting a great run as he's up to second if he can make it stick. Now we're on board. He does make it stick, and he pulls up behind Andrew Smith. Now as Rowdy now tries to make a pass down on the inside as well, as it looks like Ledford's falling back some. Kinney's falling back. Hard racing there. Oh, no, they touch coming off of the corner. That's going to push the 30 of James Wagoner up the racetrack. He's going to lose the spot to Rowdy. He's got Shue back there at his back bumper now as Wagner's back down there underneath, down here in the corner number 3. Trying to make that bottom lane stick. Trying to find that speed here. And it's just tough to get any passes going on, I believe, as we're 3 wide there for fourth between Shu, Kinney, and was that Shepard? Yeah, Shepard down there on the inside. Everybody coming around. It is going to be still Smith for the lead as they come down the backstretch here tonight. Around Auto Club we go. It is definitely quality racing here tonight, Duke, as we got quite the race going on all over the front pack here. As you see Kinney and Ledford going at it. You got the 13 of Ramsey in it. Shepard down there on the inside, been pretty quick. Chris Phillips up here in the 6th. Nobody's really, everybody's almost seemed like they've had a spot up towards the front at some point during this race. Just unfortunate for some, the race didn't quite go as well as they planned. Like, for instance, Jeff Scott is now fighting back here in the backpack. As Chad Hawkins is currently back here, Chad Hawkins is way back here. Matt Worrell is in this pack as well. You got the 49 of Chris Melton leading that pack. And up in front, it's still Smith leading the way with Pilon there second. Here comes Shu for third. Ledford and Wagner battling it out for that fourth position. As Wagner now has got to try to find that run again to get that inside lane to roll for him once again. As Shu moved himself up here into third. Ledford up to fourth. Kinney now moves up to fifth. Wagner now drops back to sixth after running there in second and third there for a little while. Laps winding down here tonight. Slowly coming to the end of this race. As we're here on lap number 72 of 100. Jimmy Pilon Rowdy there in second. Stephen Shu third. Everybody tries to battle it out up here in that top positions here. The 72 of 100 on the board. We're going to bring it to 73 of 100. Caution is out. Try to figure out what the caution was for. Kinney is slow. Was it Kinney that brought the caution out? Take a look here. Here's Kinney up here on the... What the heck happened there? Watch this. Watch this replay. I've never seen anything like this. Something reached out and slapped the back of that car and sent him up into the wall. Let's go on board, see if we can get any inkling of anything here from on board with Kinney, as he was running really well. He's running along, wheel steady. All of a sudden, there you go. There you see, it's just up into the wall. Something just reached out and slapped the back of that car around. Nobody was even around him to create any contact. It looked like iRacing said, we need a caution, and you're going to be it. I don't know what you viewers think about this, but it's just... iRacing apparently had it out for Kinney here tonight. Didn't like where he was running or something, and I mean, I can just watch. He's running along, and all of a sudden, bam! Something hits the back of that car and sends it around. That could be there, Duke. I don't know. Donkey Kong used a banana peel. It very well could have. Good evening, Jason. How's it going? Jason, can you hear me? Let's not be wanting to talk. Now we're getting a green flag racing once again. That was the craziest thing I've seen. Who was behind him at that point in time in that caution? I didn't catch who was behind him, but I'm very curious to ride on board with the driver behind him. I think that was Shepard, to be honest. Take another quick look at it here. As we see Kenny up there on the outside, I'm pretty sure that's, yeah, it is. It's Shepard right behind him. Where's Shepard at? Here he is. Driver. So here we are. We're going to go on board with Shepard real fast. And just watch this. I don't know how you could. I just don't see how you can predict something like this. Because coming out of the corner, I mean, you're full throttle. Kenny looks fine. And all of a sudden, that car just takes a weird something or other. Pace car is off. We're getting ready to go green flag racing here with 25 laps to go, and they take the green flag.
Green flag.
So Shu out front now, as looks like we got a few drivers that came in for pit stops, Wagoner being one of them. He works his way back up through the field. Shepard up here in fifth. Kenny working his way back up through, and after that misfortune from iRacing, as it's been very close racing out here tonight, as he's back under Smith, coming down here in the corner number 3, and hitting under Baldwin as well. Ledford up there on the outside. You see Baldwin there in the middle. Kenny way down there on the bottom side now. Not sure what that was about. He all of a sudden had to duck out of line and get back in line. Now as he's there behind James Wagoner coming down here in the corner number 1 and 2. Ramsey out front up here in second. Got Shu to his outside as it's a 3-wide battle for first. As we have Phillips down there on the inside. Baldwin helping push that outside lane along with Ledford and Pylan Rowdy. Rowdy, another one that's had a pretty decent race here tonight as they work off of 3 and 4 back around to the front stretch. 23 laps to go here tonight in this one. You got the 0-0 of Shu down there in the bottom. Rick Baldwin up top. Jeffrey Ledford trying to chase everybody down as well as he's trying to get into that podium position here. As James Wagoner making big moves down here on the inside of the racetrack with laps winding down. And we've got another caution most likely as we got a big pileup. Drivers all over the place. Chris Phillips around.
Do you happen to get a look at your temps while you're on track for right after that caution fell?
I will see everybody just tight. Pinched 29. Pylan not really anywhere to go and just ended up as a ping pong ball. Shoving everything around. You got the 6 of Phillips there. Going around, bringing out the caution. Let's see if we can get a hold. Hey, we can. Let's see. Good evening, Shepard. How's it going?
All right, guys. Good luck the rest of the race. I got to hop off here.
You got to hop off here, Shepard?
I do. I got to go. I was just about to come say hi in your stream. Yeah, I got to pop off and cook some dinner.
Oh, no. Well,
Yeah.
before you go, real quickly, can you take us through that last caution? What was your thoughts when you saw that 66 of Kenny just kind of bounce off like that?
It was crazy. So there's been a few instances of cars just like bouncing lately, and it's new to me. So it happened about 3 times last week, and it's happened ever since the update, or since the DDoS attack that iRacing had. Yeah, it's been horrible lately.
I mean, he's running wrong, and all of a sudden it's like something reached out and pushed him sideways.
Yeah, we had another incident in ASDR last week, and the guy was about, I don't know, there's 4 car widths between them, and it hopped him over the fence. It was crazy, man.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, we did the onboard from your car, and it's like, yeah, it's kind of crazy. So, well, you go get yourself some dinner, and hopefully we'll see you back next week.
Oh yeah, definitely, for sure. I'll be here.
Alrighty. Have a good night there, Shepard.
Yeah, you too. Take care.
Alrighty. Jimmy got sandwiched. Somehow survived it. That is right. He did survive it. Now it looks like Wagoner has the lead. Yeah, you gotta love them iRacing net codes. That's one thing that a real life driver never had to deal with, is just an invisible force just all of a sudden pushing your car sideways. Everybody's side by side. Getting lined up here with 20 to go. As you see Wagoner out front, there you see Piling down there on the inside, as it looks like Rowdy wants the outside lane. So Wagoner on the outside, Rowdy down there on the inside for this restart. $20 laps to go here in the James Wagoner Welding Gen 6 Series here tonight. Green flag back in the air, 20 laps to go. There you see the 30 of Wagoner getting a great restart. And Pilin falls in behind him. Matt Gall up here in third. And there's the 84 of Chad Hawkins. Haven't really talked too much about him, but he's, had some struggles throughout the night, but is back up here towards the front, trying to make something happen. And Baldwin as well, trying to have some fun up here towards the front. Jeff Scott, unfortunately not tonight. He won it, as he's back here towards the back, quite a few laps down. After that unfortunate incident, coming out here, qualifying on pole, only to finish back here laps down toward the mid-pack. Finally, no. Howe has a battle going on there for a second as Matthew Galls to his inside. He's got Baldwin there behind him. As they're working down here in the corner, number 1 and 2. And working back out onto the backstretch. Side by side, and it's still going to be Wagner with the lead as they work down the backstretch. Baldwin now getting in line behind Rowdy. Gall there in second, almost going 3 wide as we're on board with Rowdy up here at the top side of the racetrack. Got Gall down there on the inside, getting a little close, coming off on 4. Back across the start-finish line, it's still Wagner going 3 wide there for third with Gall in the middle. Kenny up there on top, Baldwin down there on the bottom. Kenny falls back in behind everybody as Baldwin almost gets to be the car up top. As Gall's doing all he can. Working down the backstretch here tonight. James Wagner there in first with Rowdy in second. Kenny there third. Now Kenny up to second as Rowdy falls back to third. Here comes Matt Gall, though, as he tries to push his way up towards that third spot. Wagner doing all he can as he comes across the stripe, making it 16 laps to go here tonight in the James Wagner Welding Gen 6 Series. Matthew Gall up here in third. Almost 4 wide for the lead as they come off the corner. And we got them into the wall, and that's going to bring out another caution here tonight as the 84 and 13. That is Ramsey and Hawkins getting together, bringing out a caution here at lap 16. As we're on board there with Hawkins. Tough break there for these drivers so late in the race here tonight. There you see them get together there in the back and end up spinning around and around on the backstretch. Alrighty, so as everybody's getting back around here, trying to figure out where everybody, there we go. 14 laps to go here tonight. Gall uses that banana peel from earlier to power his time machine to the trying to see here what that's. To move back to the front of the pack. LOL. Oh yeah, caution flag back out there for another time tonight, and we got 14 to go. Thank you, Paul, for that subscription. Sorry, I didn't really catch. I knew the sound come across, but I didn't really catch what the notification was. Everybody's getting lined up here side by side, ready for this restart. I'm sure a few of these drivers are looking for this race to be over with so they could get heading to other things this evening. But been a great time out here on track tonight at Auto Club. Beautiful nightly weather as we're under our 8th caution here tonight. And it seems to be about my average whenever we talk about caution flags here at Fleeger Farm TV on the pole. And here at On the Pole, we normally see about 8 cautions per race. It seems to be our average. We have gone some that have had a lot more. We've gone and had some that have a lot less. So it kind of averages out to about 8 to a race. Now let's hope that ends it here tonight with our caution so we can get to some green flag racing. Everybody doing a great job here tonight. There you see Kenny dropping down off the racetrack in that, or I'm sorry, not Kenny, but the pace car dropping down off the racetrack. Kenny's sitting there in 4th. Green flag is out. Wagoner's down and away. Here comes Gall up on the outside lane, trying to get around Rowdy, as Rowdy's currently sitting 2nd as they storm down here into corner number 1, trying to get up the full song as they come through 1 and 2. It's still Wagoner out front. Matthew Gall trying to hold on to that 2nd position as Rowdy now gets off. Great run. Takes over that 2nd spot. And down here into corner number 3, Kenny sitting there in 4th. Got Baldwin right behind him in that number 19. Rowdy way up the racetrack. Here you see Wagoner down on the inside of the racetrack as they work off of 4 back down here across the stripe. And Kenny working that bottom side really well. Now you got Gall trying to push that middle lane. We're going 3 wide for that 2nd position right behind the leader of Wagoner. Rowdy out there on top. Kenny there in the middle. Kenny down on the bottom. Oh, in the middle. And Kenny sideways. Can Kenny hang on to it? Kenny does hang on to it. What a save there by the 66. We got 11 to go. Coming to 10 to go this time by. Everybody doing a great job. It's been really hard racing here tonight. Been great to watch. Everybody's been close, been battling hard. There you see the 49 of Melton coming up through the pack now. He's another one. We really haven't talked too much about Melton as he comes up through the field, getting around Kenny and working his way down to the inside here, going 3 wide for that 3rd position, or 4th position, I mean. And we got Rowdy up there still fighting for that 3rd, sitting there beside Steven Shue now. Lots of different cars and different positions here tonight. Everybody's really had their chance really tonight, it seems, as Gall ends up getting into Rowdy, pushing Rowdy up into the racetrack into the outside barrier wall. A lot going on behind our leader here of Wagoner as they come down the backstretch, and Shue getting loose. Had to get out of it, had to bring it down there to the bottom. As we come around here in turn 3 and 4, Wagoner has a little bit of a gap now, but everybody's still fighting hard for every inch, every position that they can muster. And you got Phillips there behind Shue once again. Gall up to 2nd. Everybody forcing their way through. You got the 29 of Rowdy out there on the outside. And we got Phillips getting a little sideways, doing a little bit of drifting going around the racetrack, and he's loose. He's going to come back up across right in front of Scott. What a save there. Wow, that was close. I'm sure Scott might need a new fresh pair of pants after that one. That looked awfully close. As Gall's sitting here in 2nd car, they're getting really loose right now. As the laps are winding down, 8 to go. As we see here, all the drivers trying to battle it out here, and we see a bunch of drivers out of this one. The bottom 7 are out Melton, Hawkins, Smith, Ledford, Shepard, Worrell, and Bergen all out of this race. As Stephen Shue down here on the inside. Here tonight, they're coming down into corner number 3 and 4, coming back around to the front stretch. If I'm not, yes, that is correct. So I didn't get turned around yet. Jason Kinney here in third. Matt Gall there second. With James Wagoner up here in first. And everybody doing a great job battling tonight. Here comes Kinney once again, up there on the outside, trying to see if he can get a run at Gall. And Jeff Scott, one lap down, he wants to try to get that lap back and maybe have a caution come out for him to get back on that lead lap. I know the leaders don't want to see that, but Scott probably does. And he'd be able to get back into contention a little bit. Everybody hanging on to every inch they have here as they come back down here in the corner number 1. Gall out front now with Wagoner sitting there second. Kinney now trying to battle his way up. And you see Scott there. He's there in that bottom lane trying to get that 38 as we're on board with Wagoner coming up here. And he got Gall to his outside. That's why he's not clear up against that outside wall. He got Gall up there. He got Kinney up there now. Scott right behind him. So Scott may not be in contention, but we're going to check something real fast here. I believe Scott could be helping a teammate along the way here. And I do believe Doogie and Scott could be working together down there on that inside lane. So I'd be keeping an eye on that as those two work their way, trying to keep that lead for Wagoner as they come out of 4 or 2 back down here, back stretch. And Kinney up there on the top side following Gall. Gall down here in the corner number 3. Side by side, Wagoner down there on the bottom. Scott down there on the bottom. Scott, either you don't want to wreck your teammate down here through turns 3 and 4 back down through that D-shaped front stretch. Down here back in the corner number 1, it is Kinney there up in second. Gall up in front. Wagoner now battling along that bottom side once again, trying to get back around Kinney. As Shue is up there on the outside. You got Phillips up there on the outside. Wagoner has fallen back to 5th position now. As there's 3 laps to go. Kinney up into that outside wall, not quite where Kinney wants to be. Shue goes up there as well. I think Shue gets in, and I think we have another netcode with the 38 of Jeff Scott. There is a caution flag. Jeff Scott involved, so that's going to take his chance of getting back onto the lead lap away. Go back and look at this. I'm pretty positive that was more of that nasty, nasty netcode. As you'll see, the 00 coming down the racetrack. And I can't tell from that angle, but the 38 does loop around the front of Shue. Try to see if we can get a different camera angle. Something that might show us a little better. Let's look here. There you see Shue coming down. I just don't know if they touch until he gets to the front bumper. There we go. This will tell. So the 38's down there on the inside. You'll see him down there running his line. Here comes Shue coming down the racetrack. And I just netcode the 38 across. If Shue would have stayed up there, I don't see the 38 really deviating from his line. And again, I'm just using the lines on the racetrack as a guide. And he's there up along that. Tough break there for Scott. That's why I'm not a race controller, because I can't keep an eye on and really make the calls too well. That's why I give that job to somebody else. It stresses me way too much. So if anybody's out there as a race controller, my hat's off to you, because it's something I can't do. I'd rather sit here in the booth and let you all take care of that factor of it. So we're going to have a green-white checker shootout here tonight. Everybody comes back around. Does anybody opt to come in for tires? Does anybody come in to opt for fuel? Or do we think the last pit stop was the last? And it looks like everybody's going to stay out here on our 9th caution. I would say it's now time to go. I mean, truthfully, if it's now time to mash that loud pedal and get up front. Give it all you got. You got 3 laps to go. It'll be 2 laps once you come across that line. So we're going to have a green-white checker to end the race here tonight. And it looks like Scott has a little bit of a crab walk on that machine. It don't look like that thing's tracking right too much. Can't quite tell from that angle. Might be all right for a little bit. There you can see kind of that back end kicked way out. You can see how much that back tire is angled. that back axle leans to be a little bit, as we would say around this country. My part of the country is we would call that a little bit of a cattywampus. Pace car pulls off, and we're going to get ready to roll here for the green-white checker as Matt Gall is our leader coming down the front stretch here. Matt Gall getting off to a great start. Kenny down there on the inside. Ends up getting into Phillips. Phillips hangs on to it. Baldwin now down to the inside of the racetrack. Happen to get out of the way. Rowdy now up to 3rd. They're storming down here into corner number 1, letting these cars get up the full song down the backstretch. Jason Kinney out front up there in 2nd. As Matthew Gall out there in front. Look how tight the 6 and 66 are coming down here into the corner. And look who got a great run down there on the inside. Is that number 30 machine of James Wagoner. Trying to get that pass to pull off, but just can't get that run to happen. As they come off, and the 66 is around. And caution is back out as they did not take that white flag. Kenny is around, getting bounced around, up in the air, spinning around now like a top. Now this is our 10th caution. So as they come off the corner, I'm not sure, just real tight. The Phillips comes up into the 66. Might have felt squeezed by the 30 of Wagner, as now everybody's trying to get out of the way. The 66 comes down, collides with Baldwin. Kenny going around. All them flaps coming up on the race car to keep that car hopefully down on the ground. Must say, iRacing's been giving us some interesting looks here tonight. As Kenny lost the front bumper. Oh no, he gets hit once again, and he's up in the air, up into the catch fence. Shoe got him a good one, as now he's spinning around, and that's where we kind of saw him spinning like a top down the front straightaway. Take a look at this full speed. Might have got a little bit of an arrow push off of the 30 of Wagoner up into that outside wall. That's going to bring the 66 up. And what a hit there off of the 00 of Shoe. To send that car spinning around like a top. And what a race car Kenny is trying to race now. Take a look at that 66 machine. Swifty kickflip, yeah. Do you see what the Swifty kickflip got him? It's got him a car that does not want to track straight one bit. He's just trying to get out, stay out here to claim some of the points. I don't think, look at the way he's got that wheel turned to the right just to keep that thing on the straightaway, or on the racetrack coming through the corner. I don't think he'll have speed because hanging that car out like that, that's going to be nothing but a sail catching the wind as he's starting the inside. This ought to be interesting here. Let's keep an eye on that 66 machine as we get to the restart. I'm not sure if Wagoner really enjoys seeing that in his rearview mirror. Well, he's turning left. No, he is turning left. He's just got to turn right to go left. Yeah, NASCAR drifting. He's been drifting the whole way around the racetrack. I think he's trying to get an EOL to go to the back. That way he doesn't screw anybody up. As Kenny has dropped back to the back of the bottom line for the restart. He's drifting it up the racetrack now, up onto the outer line. Pace car is off, and we're going green flag racing. Keep an eye on that. We're going to keep an eye on this as they come to the green flag. Kenny, keep it together there. Back here at the back of the pack. But the racing is going on up front with Gall and Wagoner as they come out of 1 and 2, trying to get up to speed with 2 laps to go here tonight. James Wagoner now going back towards the front. I must say, Kenny's handling that car pretty well for as much sideways slide as that thing's got. Down here through corner number 1 and 2, or 3 and 4, I mean. And Gall sideways, they keep it together. Rowdy down there on the inside here as they come through. Down here off of corner number 1. Chattahoochee Drift. Look at that car as it comes through the corner. Final lap, he's going to go ahead and park it down here in the back. So he kept it together. Kenny crashed on the final lap. Wagoner out front. Gall and Pilon trying to battle it out for second. As they come off the corner, door bang there off from Rowdy down into Gall. Gall takes second place. Rowdy will finish third. And as we said, we got to give props to that man for even attempting to get this car around the racetrack. There's an onboard look. of him coming across the line to finish his race here tonight. Give him props here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. James Wagoner, our race winner here tonight, as he come back around to the front stretch to burn it down. And here's your top 3 finishers. Matt Gall from Pile and Rowdy. And we got James Wagoner, our race winner here tonight. What an exciting finish here tonight. Oh, let's go ahead and see if we can get a hold of Rowdy. Good evening, Rowdy. How's it going? Hey, Jimmy, you there?
Oh, I'm there. Adam, sorry about that. I didn't meet the mic.
It's all good there. What a race there tonight. You guys definitely battled hard. Never really given any chance for anybody to try to get around. It was just a fabulous night of racing from up here in the booth to watch. Kind of take us through your night down there on track.
Yeah, I definitely agree. It was a hard fought battle for this top 3, but I'm glad I was able to get this top 3 for Roughneck. But yeah, it was a good race. Had to fight through some crap there at the end, but you got racing around the fucking squirrels around here. Going full Kyle Busch, Willie B. But when you race around squirrels, that's what you get. You race around squirrels. So, I mean, it is what it is.
Well, you got to feel pretty good taking home 3rd here tonight. I mean, you had some pretty fast contenders there with you, with Matt Gall and James Wagoner out there in front as well.
Yeah, it definitely doesn't help that I didn't have any teammates to help me, but he had his teammates still alive and stuff, and they use it to their advantage, and that's what they should do. But team full of squirrels to me, though.
Well, man, it's just unfortunate. Who's your shout-outs and stuff you'd like to thank here tonight for helping you get up there into the podium?
I want to give a shout out to Andrew Smith. Give a shout out to Matt Worrell, Tim Richardson. They gave us awesome cars to work with. Give me tips on how to save that right front tire. I want to give a shout out to my family, my brother, sister-in-law, nephews. I want to give a shout out to Kick-Ass Duke. Appreciate you, man, for tuning into every race you can. It's much appreciated. And I want to give a shout out to the league, Roughneck Racing. And I want to give you a shout out, Adam, for putting on the broadcast for our loved ones and family.
Yeah, my pleasure. It was definitely a fun one to watch tonight.
Yeah, it was a fun one. Got collected in a couple of wrecks, but I was able to make it work and got a top 3, so I can't complain too much.
Well, hopefully we can keep track, and hopefully you'll be up in the podium again next week.
Hopefully, Adam. That's what I'm hoping for, to start building some momentum here for the latter part of the schedule.
Well, that's always a good thing. You might come in slow, but if you can bring it in and build that momentum late, that sometimes can work better.
Yeah, I definitely agree, Adam.
So you definitely have a great night, and we'll catch you next week.
All right, Adam. Catch you next week, man.
Alrighty, so that was Piling there, finishing 3rd. Well, we're seeing if we can catch up with Matt Gall. Matt, you here?
I got you, bud.
How's it going tonight?
It's going pretty good. I should have had that win, but I'll take second.
Well, I know Wagner was definitely giving it his all there towards the end. And
Yeah, he was giving everything he got. He got inside there and got by, but obviously, when you run that outside, you're going to have momentum. I had momentum coming back, and unfortunately, the 29 just kind of doored me, broke momentum for both of us, so he got out of the way and, couldn't get it done. But, I was kind of off sequence on my pit stops earlier, and so, it kind of just played back into my hands, which is good. So, I mean, I'm not upset with the second place. I really would like to be going home with the trophy, but good showing out here for myself and for our team.
well, it was definitely a good showing, and hopefully you can try again. There's always next week, right?
Oh, of course, yeah. Iowa is a good track too. I like that, and so there's a number of good tracks here. Maybe I can still sneak a win out this season.
Yeah, next week is 125 laps at Iowa, so
Yeah,
good luck to you there. Hopefully it'll work
fun.
out. Who's your sponsors and stuff you want to give a shout out to here tonight?
Oh yeah, well of course our league sponsors, Wagner's Welding. I know James is probably sitting at home watching and seeing Dougie win is nice. I'm sure he enjoys that. So shout out to you, bud. Thanks for putting this on for us. Mag Real Estate for coming on this season, and my teammates at Social Outcast. We work really well together. A couple of us, just got into it because there was too many accidents tonight. But to finish 1-2 for Social Outcast is really good. Definitely like that. So shout out to the admins. A couple of them couldn't be here tonight, but thanks for putting that on. Appreciate you guys broadcasting. We'll see y'all at Iowa.
We're looking forward to it as we move on to next week, and should be exciting. Should be another exciting night.
Yeah, hopefully I'd like to see us put on a little cleaner races for the broadcast. We're working on that. Hopefully Wednesday will be a little bit better, and hopefully Iowa will be a good show. It's definitely you got to save your tire kind of track. You know what I mean? So if you overdrive, you're going to be fast for a minute, but not for long. So that should be a good race. Make sure everybody tune in for that, and hopefully we'll be talking to you again next Monday on Iowa.
Alrighty, well, you have a great night, and congrats again for that second place finish here tonight.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, sir.
All right, that was Matt Gall there in the second place. I'll see if we can get with Doogie here for the race win. Good evening, Doogie. How's it going?
Pretty good.
Well, you brought home the race win.
Yeah, I finally got that monkey off my back this season.
I thought you had a win this season, or were you just in the podium?
Nah, I've not even had a podium this season. It's like been caught up in a lot of wrecks this season, so it feels pretty good.
That monkey just wouldn't leave you alone, would he?
Nah, he was spanking me for a while. But I spanked him today.
Well, it definitely was a great race to watch. You guys definitely put on a show up front. And I forgot to mention it's in the other drivers' interviews as well. If you're wanting to watch the final laps, I mean, it was exciting to watch the race up front, but it was also exciting to watch the skill of Kenny as he got that 66 around the racetrack.
Yeah, I seen him in my rear view. He was skating sideways. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, I don't even know if you want to call it skating sideways. I mean, he was.
Yeah, I was like, is he going to go green like that? That's what I was thinking. But
yeah, he went green like it, and he took it the laps.
Oh, did he?
He did.
Yeah. Yeah, Kenny, he's a good driver.
I mean, we had a couple onboard shots of him, and he had that wheel cranked to the right to go left.
Yeah.
Definitely was fun to watch. But you guys were up front. Great job tonight with what you did as well. You got that win here on the season, so that will help out getting playoffs, I'm sure. And
yeah.
So, sponsors and shout-outs here tonight. Doogie, who do you got for us?
I'd like to thank my father, Wagner's Welding, which is James Wagner. I'd like to thank my mom, both my boys for watching and letting me do this. Mag's Real Estate with Matt Gall, which is my teammate. I think he finished second tonight. Good job to him. Just all the Social Outcast boys, Rick, Jeff, Jason, Matt. I mean, just everybody that races with us. I mean, you got to think, if we didn't have everybody running with us, we wouldn't have a league. So we got to thank them. So, but that's about it. And plus, so I can go back and watch this later. Watch me spank that monkey. So, got to thank you for sure.
No, it's my pleasure. I definitely enjoy it.
Oh yeah, but it was a fun race tonight.
It definitely was a fun one to watch. So
yeah,
we'll see what the rest of the season brings.
I'm not for sure what happened to Kai tonight. I know he was out front, then he disappeared. I don't know if he disconnected or
who.
Kai Shapper, the 43.
Yeah, he had to go cook dinner.
Yeah.
So he had to duck out.
Yeah, I was looking forward to running at the end with him, but
Jeff
maybe
Scott,
next week.
I think, would have been there at the end too if it wasn't for
his
incidents.
Jeff was very fast tonight. He's a really good teammate, and he was fast. I mean, he sat down the pole tonight, and he just got into some bad luck, and his night just went downhill. But he'll be back next week.
Well, just like I'm sure, hopefully everybody will be back next week and putting on an even better show at Iowa.
Oh yeah, that'll be good. It
seems like every week the racing's getting better and better.
Yep, for sure.
So, you have an absolutely great night, and we'll catch you next week at Iowa.
Yep, sounds good.
Alrighty.
Yep. See.
So that was Doogie, our victorious winner here tonight, finally getting that, as he called it, monkey off his back. So he's gonna. We want to thank everybody for that poor monkey. Duke, he definitely deserves something for getting that car around the track like he did. I know, like you heard from Wagoner. Wagoner knew he was on track, had that car sideways behind him. He dropped to the back so he wouldn't screw anybody up. So, that the great sportsmanship there. When it went green, he did take it a lap and a half before he ended up spinning it on the backstretch and then finished the last half a lap. So I give him credit myself. Great job tonight by all the drivers. By definitely thanking all the sponsors, Mag Real Estate, James Wagoner Welding, Admin Box, all for helping where they can with the league. So everybody have a great night, and we'll try to see what Iowa brings next week. Thank you so much for watching.